Happy New Year, Jamaica. We'll be saying that for the rest of the week. We hope 2018 will be filled with happiness for you and your loved ones. To help you transition smoothly into 2018, we'll be tackling a few goals, specifically on today's show, educational achievements. Hi, thanks for joining us for another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Please stay with us.
Join us on Tuesday, January 9 for a review of the major achievements in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. That's a review of 2017 in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation on January 9, right here on this station.
Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, January 2. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says there will be an increase in the number of zones of special operations this year. Mr. Holness says the government is resolved in its effort to reclaim communities captured by criminals and make Jamaica safe for all citizens.
Zones of special operations have shown Jamaicans that our security forces can police communities and control crime in localities without abusing citizens' rights. We have now created a framework for the whole of government response to citizen security.
Mr. Holness was addressing the nation in his New Year's message. He also asserted that legislation would be tabled and passed this year to strengthen the police force. Among them are the Police Service Act to facilitate institutional reform in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Act, and the National Security Act that will coordinate all agencies within the national security space. In relation to the importation of illegal guns and ammunition, the Prime Minister said this would be given priority attention.
Illegal weapons and the organized criminal network around their procurement, importation, and distribution are national emergencies and will get national attention in 2018, which will include amendments to the Firearms Act, amendments to the anti-gang legislation, and amendments to the Bail Act.
Meanwhile, there's a united call from the nation's leaders for Jamaicans to truly embrace its core values and traditions, that of love and care for each other. In his New Year's message, Governor General Sir Patrick Allen encouraged persons to mentor the young, offer support to persons experiencing difficulties, and affirm those forging ahead through challenges.
When we fulfill these obligations, we state very clearly the type of society we are and are creating for future generations.
For his part, Prime Minister Andrew Holness called for a reduction in violence and aggression against women and children and in how we solve disputes.
This year, I intend to lead a national campaign against violence in all its forms. In 2018, let's bring back the Irish Jamaica, the peaceful Jamaica, the loving Jamaica, the happy Jamaica, the prosperous and progressive Jamaica.
And Leader of the Opposition, Dr. Peter Phillips, called for a united approach to peace and crime fighting.
As Opposition Leader, I pledge vigilance, moral courage, and a willingness to have dialogue and collaborate on initiatives that serve the national interest.
The Creative Production and Training Center CPTC has handed over copies of the 2016 staging of the Calabash International Literacy Festival to the National Library. 19 30-minute episodes were donated on Friday in a bid to preserve our culture. The three-day biannual Calabash Festival showcases the work of local and international authors and poets. Acting Chief Executive Officer of the CPTC, Lorna Napier, says it's hoped that the legal deposit will expose the work of local writers and assist students doing literature exams.
Calabash is one of those events at which we find lots of people writing and where we get a whole lot of the Jamaicans who we don't see on a day-to-day basis, those who are overseas, to come and expose their work to us. And it is a tremendous opportunity to be able to have this for the wider society to have access to, especially for the students at the CXC level.
The next staging of Calabash will be held from June 1 to 3 this year at Treasure Beach in St. Elizabeth. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport Olivia Grange says her ministry will continue to support the annual fireworks on the waterfront event, which not only entertains a wide cross-section of people, but also endorses Kingston as the entertainment city. She says her ministry will this year be putting measures in place to put the culture and creative industry as well as sports at the center of brand Jamaica.
We're going to get our entertainment zones up and running. We're going to monetize our culture, our craft, and all the heritage that we have. Our heritage sites are going to be promoted. We're going to be unveiling our cultural policy, our revised cultural policy. And the culture and creative industry will now be structured under an entity that will operate out of my ministry.
And finally, the Urban Development Corporation, UDC, is thanking its sponsors for a successful staging of fireworks on the waterfront. The event, which rang in the new year, cost approximately $35 million, of which over 80% was covered by public and private sector sponsorships.
We have, with pride, gotten the cooperation of our sponsors, and all of them who come on board usually follow on to stay with us.
The UDC's general manager was among the over 300,000 patrons at Sunday's fireworks event. He says the event is part of the entertainment and commercial activities that will continue under the redevelopment of downtown Kingston.
You have the vendors, you have the people that come and spend. You know, we have well over $100 million in circulation in one day, right? And so that by itself tells you, you know, it's something big that is happening. It is a zone that people feel comfortable to be in, and that by itself engenders more and more events like it to happen.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.
The Program of Advancement through Health and Education PATH offers a wide range of benefits for students. Children on PATH are among the top achievers in the GSAT and CSEC examinations each year.
It gives me a sense of stability, and it takes some stress off my parents, because even though they're working and money might not be enough, it helps them to send me to school.
If your family is struggling, PATH might be the option for you. Just take your birth certificate and valid identification to the Ministry of Labour and Social Security office in your parish. For further information, visit the Minister's website at www.mlss.gov.jm or call 1-888-991-PATH. That is 1-888-991-7284.
For adults, going back to school to gain a trade, degree or doctorate may be daunting. But if it's your inner goal, then follow that dream. Next, as an encouragement to get you raring to pick up the books again, we highlight one of the country's most prestigious scholarships, the Rhodes Trust. Take a look.
This is Shakiba Foster, the 2017 recipient of one of the most prestigious scholarships in the world, the Rhodes Scholarship.
It's an awesome feeling, overwhelming at times.
After hours of grueling interviews, Shakiba came out on top of a field of 10 outstanding candidates to be awarded the scholarship.
Really outstanding young people, any one of whom could have been the Rhodes Scholar, and we finally chose Shakiba Foster. The fact that she is clearly very intelligent and very thoughtful. She had many thoughts about education in Jamaica, about its economic problems, the IMF program, the way forward.
The Rhodes Scholarship is tenable at the Oxford University in the United Kingdom, the oldest English-speaking university in the world, and ranked second in the 2015-2016 World University Rankings. This year, Shakiba will join 94 other students from around the world who have been awarded the scholarship to pursue studies at Oxford.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to be going off to Oxford, having that awesome opportunity to be doing more economics and MPhil in economics at Oxford.
For every year since 1904, except during the Second World War, an outstanding Jamaican has been selected to be Rhodes Scholar. Shakiba is the second graduate of St. Jago High School to join the ranks, and she remains thankful to all those who helped her excel.
My family has been a great help. I remember studying at nights and my aunts, tired but staying up with me to ensure that we got to bed together. My mother, my aunts, my friends, teachers have definitely been a great help, and so I have to say thanks to them.
To be named Rhodes Scholar, Shakiba, like her predecessors, had to display outstanding intellect, character, leadership, and commitment to service.
Other persons, when they hear Rhodes Scholars, they think, wow, bright person. But to tell you the truth, at St. Diego, I really didn't dominate in terms of academics. I had a few persons who really outdid me, did far better than I did. I pushed and I did well enough. When I got to UWI, was difficult in terms of a new environment, but I got through. As anybody else, I've had difficulties in terms of financing, in terms of family issues and so on. But I've always tried not to focus too much on the issues and just do what I need to do. Hard work and time management.
At the end of it all, Shakiba's disciplined approach paid off.
I finished my banking and finance program with the highest GPA. I actually finished my degree with the highest GPA in the entire Faculty of Social Sciences.
On completion of her BSc degree in Banking and Finance, Shakiba went on to do a Master of Science degree at the University of the West Indies, which she completed with distinction. The 2017 Rhodes Scholar is now an assistant lecturer in the Faculty of Social Sciences, a position she enjoys immensely. Despite her hectic university schedule, Shakiba has always found time to take on leadership responsibilities in her Riversdale community in St. Catherine.
Once you start doing things from early, you realize that at the end of the day you have a lot of time for other stuff. Church activities take up most of my other time.
And what are her future plans?
I'm going off to do an MPhil in economics. If I do well enough at that MPhil, I hope to go on to a DPhil in economics, which is a PhD in economics, really. After that, I want to do some more teaching. I hope to do a little bit more lecturing. And I'm just seeing where the tides take me after that. I don't have a definite plan, and I feel it's all right not to have a definite plan. It's all right to let your experiences lead you into new opportunities.
For youngsters aspiring to excel academically, the 2017 Rhodes Scholar has these words of advice.
You're not always going to be ahead, but that does not always mean you're not going to achieve anything. Some people will have it difficult, some people will have it easy, and sometimes we tend to want to have it easy like everybody else. But I've learned that difficult times normally make better persons. And so go through difficult times and just work hard, and I'm sure you'll achieve much.
If you're an aspiring Rhodes Scholar, application for the scholarship is usually open between early July and early October every year. Application forms can be downloaded from the Rhodes Trust website at www.rhodes-caribbean.com.
No son. A verb is an action word.
Parents need to become more involved in their children's education.
Parents are the first and in many cases the most important teachers.
Read with your children. Review their schoolwork. Visit their school.
Tapping and rapping and slapping, I said.
Nice! High five! Woo!
A good education will never decay.
It's the peak of the application period for colleges and universities. If come September you want to be at the University of the West Indies, University of Technology, the Northern Caribbean University or the Caribbean Maritime University, then you better get cracking if you haven't yet submitted your application form. To assist you in deciding how the tuition will be paid, here's a list of scholarship opportunities.
Government, through its various ministries and agencies, awards a number of scholarships to students each year. You too could qualify and benefit from a scholarship or grant, but you must seek in order to find. At the primary level and moving on to high school, students who do GSAT each year and earn high scores can get scholarships from the Ministry of Education.
The scholarships are awarded to students from both public and private institutions. The government in itself, the Ministry of Education, offers a total of 32 scholarships, government scholarships, yearly to students who sit GSAT examination.
Of the 32, 4 are named after prominent Jamaicans, former government minister J.A.G. Smith, and 3 of the national heroes, Marcus Garvey, Paul Bogle, and George William Gordon. To qualify for these, students must meet some personalized criteria, generally related to the person in whose honor the scholarship is named.
For example, the Paul Bogle Scholarship, it is offered to a boy or a girl who must be attending Morant Bay High School. So if a child is selected to attend Morant Bay High School, then that child qualifies to be among those who will be selected. But the bottom line is that it would be based on performance.
So what of the next 28?
Basically, the 28 scholarships are awarded based on performance purely. And it is awarded to all school types. So private, which we refer to the prep schools, all-age schools, primary and junior high primary school students.
In addition to these, the Education Ministry also offers sponsored scholarships, extended through private sector institutions such as banks to top-performing students. High schoolers, you might have just completed 5th or 6th form and are ready to experience the college life. In case you didn't know, the Student Loan Bureau actually offers grants. Yes, under its specially designed Grant in Aid GIA program, students receive a specified non-repayable sum to assist with the funding of school-related expenses. It's not a full scholarship, but it can certainly help to make a difference. Check out the Bureau's website to see if you qualify or call them at 754-2559. Then there is JAMVAT. The Jamaica Values and Attitudes program is another viable option from the Ministry of Education. Students volunteer for 200 hours and in turn earn a payoff of 30% of their tuition fees as well as an additional stipend. A great reason to volunteer indeed. For those of you already in university, the Ministry of Education's tertiary level unit is a great place to start your search. You can stop by their offices, make a call, or simply log on to their website, click on scholarships, and a long list of opportunities opens. These scholarships offer not just educational advancement, but to a greater extent, a cultural exchange and broadening of your global network. If you need help in your search for scholarships, another government agency, the National Center for Youth Development, also displays scholarship options for students on its website.
Stand up and get in the race.
I can become the master of my destiny.
Step up your stride, make we work like a harder. Do it like Veronica, more than a supper.
We can rise above the challenges and shine.
Was with passion in your heart. Make a plan and stop all the idling. You think I saw? We reach our aging. I can, you can. Like our Olympians, every Jamaican can.
For the teenagers considering what career path to choose, we hope this next feature will be of help. A guidance counselor reasons with high schoolers on their future career path. Watch this.
Students, now that you understand what it means to have a career and understand the term itself, now I would like you to tell us, what is it that each of you would like to do when you leave school? In other words, what is your career path? Brianna.
In the future, I would love to become a chemist or a cardiologist.
God's willing, I'd like to be a pharmacist.
I would like to become a nurse. Well, for me, I would like to study theology.
And you, Shauna K?
Yes, I'm not sure.
Okay, Shauna K, don't look so sad. One of the things that we're going to do today is a career test, which is going to help you to know and to identify your personality traits and to see which career will be suitable for your traits. All right? So we're going to solve that problem today.
Hi, Shauna K. I was told that you're having problems with choosing your career.
Yes, miss.
All right, well, I'll be administering a psychometric assessment to you, and it will help you to choose your career or to know the career that is best suited for you. Based on your psychometric assessment, we have realized that you are actually a social person, because the profile is that they love to teach or help persons, loves to talk, and works well in groups. For their characteristics now, they are very friendly, helpful, cooperative, kind, patient, and responsible. Yes. And some possible careers as it relates to social persons are counselors, housekeepers, teachers, ministers, cosmetologists, firefighters, police officers, doctors, and so on. So these are just some possible careers that you can look into to see what it is that you really like. Okay, Shauna K, I hope I was of assistance to you, and all the best in choosing your career, and I hope that this career path that you have chosen will actually benefit you.
Yes,
all right?
I would like to pursue a tertiary education, but I'm having difficulties financially in going to school. What can I do to attain a tertiary education? How will my dream come true?
Now, we have scholarships. And this is one of the reasons we encourage you to work so hard. Because when you do very, very well, when you participate in activities in school, your extracurricular activities or your clubs and societies, these things are looked upon, and it puts you in very good standing to gain a scholarship.
Persons can also borrow money from the Students' Loan Bureau or other financial institutions, get a part-time job, or family members can pool together to offset the cost of college or university.
Yes, I am presently doing the sciences, and all the career tests I've taken shows that I'm suitable for the science field. But I rather business. What do I do?
Shauna, you really don't have a problem? Because there are many scientists who are business persons. Because what you have to do, once you have achieved that career goal and you are there, now you are in the sciences and you're working in the sciences, you can operate a business that deals with scientific stuff, that probably sells scientific equipment, so many different things. My pastor is a scientist, but he's also a pastor. You know, there are different things. So it's not something that you need to worry about, but just understand that you can still be in science and incorporate that, being a business person. Remember last class we talked about becoming an entrepreneur? That's what we are talking about, okay? Dwayne.
I'm currently doing the sciences also like Shauna K. But I really love theology, really love to study theology. I'm confused knowing that I'm already doing the science subjects. What can I do?
The fact that you're doing the science and you really like theology will not stop you. Earlier on I spoke about my pastor who is a pastor but is also a scientist. So there are times when we can merge our career. We can bring them together and still be able to perform and to do the things that we want to do. So I would say continue on your path with your science and think about your theology, go for it, and you might be able to blend them, merge them, and still live a fulfilled life where you are satisfied with your career choice. So how do you feel now?
I feel enthusiastic.
I feel great.
I feel happy. I can't wait to eat there.
Wow.
Excited.
Good.
Overwhelming.
Wow. All right, and we are going to move right along, work hard, and go for what we desire to have.
we leave from skill now, to education, where every school used to have a technical class where if you can't take the maths, you would be a carpenter, a mason, a plumber, or a shoemaker. Right now, if your shoes want fix, you have to buy a new one. For there's no shoemaker, there's no plumber, because you cut and join pipe now.
It's the building blocks of life. You have to first focus on the micro, and then it will create that exponential difference throughout the nation. So, of course, it's critical. We have to also bear in mind that we need to have a broad base set of skills, and the realities are not everybody have the same skill competence. So you have to do what you can do, and those who can do what they can, they do.
It's very good to have a skill, and I think it's for us to use our skills to the best of our ability to improve our life and the state of our economy as well.
Even if you're educated, once you have a skill, you can live by that. So a skill is necessary. So, the government should try and see to it that most young people have a skill.
The way Jamaica is going, if you don't have a skill, then you don't have food to eat. Because right now, even in the professional society, I don't see job opportunities there. So if you can operate your own business, then I'm thinking that's the way forward.
I think more emphasis should be placed more on the youths, encourage them more. I don't think the youths are really going at it. Maybe they need they need more encouragement to push them.
Parents, how do you think your children feel when they are beaten?
I feel so sad when my mother beats me.
It makes me feel so angry.
I feel embarrassed, and I feel like you just don't care.
It has been proven that coercive parenting is directly linked to the aggression your children are displaying in schools. The National Parenting Support Commission is imploring you, parents, rethink your actions. Stop beating your children.
A message from the National Parenting Support Commission in collaboration with Ministry of Education, Youth and Information for improved safety and security in schools.
This is where the pages close for today. You may watch our features anytime at your own leisure. Just click on our website or YouTube channel. Our social media sites also have loads of information which you may find useful. There's also our website which contains the latest information on each ministry. Until then, come back tomorrow on this same station when we'll explore other policies and programs being implemented by the government. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.